Hey, PC Monk here with another Bitcoin video, and this disclaimer that says the content of this channel is for education purposes only. Now, yesterday I predicted two things. My own prediction was we're gonna perform a short squeeze. We did not. We performed a long squeeze, apparently, but like I mentioned yesterday, if we lost that 26.9, which literally happened in here, we couldn't come back to it and, perform that, short squeeze. We will go down, and that happened. So before I actually talk about the chart, if you guys remember yesterday, we were around, essentially, I said when we lose that 26.9, which was around here, we're going to come all the way back down to 26.5. I think we did hit that 26.5 yesterday, and nonetheless, that 26.5, look, is this green line that we were talking about. If you guys remember, if you guys follow my videos, we essentially changed the direction, or not the direction, we moved the green line from being on top of this dotted yellow line a little bit to the top around here, and right now it's playing a perfect support for us. So with that being said, guys, and right now this is at 1 hour. On the 1 hour, maybe this is clear. We'll jump into 5 minutes too, but let me just remove this one. But on the 1 hour, we essentially forming two types of pattern. You could just call it whichever you want. So this, let me just remove the white line so you guys can see it. So this looks like, I mean, everybody should know that, a bear flag. And with this, if I remove this, this should look like a rising broadening wedge. Now keep in mind, both rising broadening wedge and a bear flag, they both can, signal a dump, a continuation. So if we want to talk about like pattern wise and trend line wise, this is telling us a dump is happening. We could essentially come back here and squeeze around here, around this area, 27.2 to 27 to 27.2, and then come back down and, push it down, push it lower. Essentially, when we lose this 26.5, we might stop at 20.25.8 around here, 26K, 25.8. I highly doubt it. I think we're just gonna literally crush down or crash down to 25.1 at least, or 25.3, which is this line or this line, one of these two. I think our first stop would be there. Now, with that being said, if you take a look at the, let me just put, just bear with me here, guys. All right, there you go. The thing. Now, let me just jump into 5 minutes. So the 5 minutes essentially is much clearer. We could see here this rising broadening wedge happens from here, and then in here we had the debate. Finally, in here we picked it back up. We went into the pattern, and then we started to, bounce back, up and down, up and down. Finally, in here again, we debated the downside. We picked it back up, and right now it could essentially go up. Now, uh, that was the rising broadening wedge. Let me just remove it. Obviously, the bear flag itself talks a lot, and you could essentially, okay, I'm not saying this is invalid. You could do it like this. That's valid as well. All right, but I just like to do it like this, so at least we have multiple intersection with the trend line that we have here. All right, so both of them are valid. Like I said, both of these are signaling a continuation to the downside, and that's why we should be very careful, at least based on trend lines, if we're about to open longs. All right, and now let's take a look at the liquidity to the, first of all, let's take a look at the, I mean, we do see some 50, some 25 and 10x here. Let me just remove all the 25 and 10x. So now you see to the downside to around 26K flat, there's only 198 million on Binance. To the upside, there's 373 million on Binance only. And even the 100x's come all the way to 27.5. Now 27.5 were essentially where we targeted yesterday, 27.5 to 27.8, and we said if we, go beyond 27.8, then that would be interesting. But right now, if we go beyond 27.5, let me find it here for you guys and for myself. Right here, which is essentially near 1 billion, then I would say we could just come all the way to 27.8 at least, or even higher, and regain that 28K altogether. But to the downside, if we want to come back to our 25.5, or I would say 25.3, but we don't have any liquidity around here. So essentially, if we want to hold, we might hold at 25.5, and if we come there, there's $100 million worth of liquidity there, obviously. But to the downside, 1.27 billion. So that's more. And with liquidity wise, if we were to think based on liquidity, we should still be hoping for a short squeeze. We don't hope for a leg up. I mean, if we go from 26.8 to 28.2, it's kind of a leg up, right? But yeah, keep that in mind. Now, some more liquidity wise, as you guys can see, we do have a big liquidity at 26.9. It's becoming the resistance now, and a little bit around here. Now, this is a 12 hours. Let's see the 3 days. A little bit clearer. We could see a lot of spread in the liquidity right around here. And to the downside, there's essentially not much liquidity, not in a spread mode or any mode. Okay, so we do definitely need to, I'm telling you guys, we still need to push it up, but maybe because of the war and everything. So the funding rate is decreasing on Binance, Bybit. Where's Bybit? Right here. And OKX is essentially moved into negative fundings. So we'll have to see what happened today too. But I'm still a little bit hopeful for that short squeeze. But I mean, if we lose this too, if we lose this 26.9, 26.8, then I don't think any short squeeze will come, and we just have to put more shorts and more shorts. Right now, we'll have to see. But now, with that being said, let's just take a look at the Dixie. Dixie is getting weaker, right? Dixie is getting weaker because, well, the U.S. entering second war, and well, their economy is not as good as it looks like. But on the other hand, SPX yesterday made a huge move, not a huge move, but it was kind of very how do you say, volatile. So we started to come all the way down, and then we picked it back up, right? So come all the way down, back up. Let me just put this in the 1 hour perspective right here, so you guys could see what happened on yesterday. So yesterday, as you guys can see, we came all the way to here, and then we picked it back up. So this, could we say that we broke this trend line? Yes, we could. We broke this trend line with this candle. All right, and this looks like a bull flag to me. If you guys, and this is a 1 hour. Keep in mind, SPX is only like a 8 hour market, so looks like a bull flag that has been broken out to the upside, right? Now, do we expect this to continue to the upside? Of course we do. We expect it to be higher right now. So if you take a look at the ES1, well, ES1 is going and it's going, right? It's at 44.25, and we are at 43.76. So we essentially, we'll see, but if we make a gap, if we move up and make a gap here, we could come back and fill the gap and then continue to the upside, just like what we did here, where we had a little bit of gap. It was a very small gap. We filled it and then we continued up, and then we formed this bear flag and we broke out of it. I'm sorry, a bull flag. There's a lot on my mind, especially with this war going on, and so yeah, and Nasdaq as well. Nasdaq looks a little bit more stronger than ES1, if you ask me. And I mean, stock markets are kind of going up. We'll have to see when the war is going to price in, probably on the next inflation rate or something like that. Now, let me just show you guys the TRB that I've talked about yesterday. So yesterday, I've said I opened some shorts around here. I'm sorry, some longs around here that I just got stopped out. So I got stopped out, and then I opened some around here, then I got stopped out around here, then I didn't touch it till here. And I opened a little bit here, and right now we're around here. And I hope this at least come around here. If it does, then, well, good, thank God. If it doesn't, then, well, I was wrong. Nothing wrong about that. Just being wrong, you just learn from it, right? So now let's get back to, like I said, I promise you guys that I'm gonna cut this short. I'm not gonna go for 20 minutes right now. So this is the last chart, and then we'll call it a day. Maybe in like the next 2 or 3 minutes. So yesterday, guys, we talked about this chart, and we essentially said that if we lose this completely, then we're gonna hit this buy side liquidity volume imbalance that we had from here. Nonetheless, we did. We did hit this, and if you keep a lookout, I sometimes use trend lines, and this was a very nice descending broadening wedge. Even if I bring it on the 1 hour, on the 5 minute, you could see right here, it hold it until here, and then it broke. As you guys could see, it comes up, it breaks this structure from this area, and right now we are essentially entering this rectangle, this orange rectangle, which is a sell side liquidity volume imbalance, as you guys could see with this a little bit dump that happened in here. So if we take this out and we crawl, to the upside, essentially when we get here, we need to make a spiky move, and then when we make the spiky move, it comes to around here. And yeah, if we manage to go above 27.5, then I'm hoping for 27.8, like I said. But these levels has to be taken. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about each and every level because that's going to be boring. But like I said, as you guys can see, once we first we touch the upper rectangle here, that's a show of a strength. Then we, made this bull flag. The bull flag went to the upside, and right there we got denied. So when we got denied, we came back here. First, we hold it a little bit, right? But price failed to hold, and it came back down. Oh my God, TRB, guys. TRB is mooning right now. TRB is mooning, boys. Right here, guys. So the descending wedge is playing out. The descending wedge is playing out. Like I said, I'm aiming for this area here. I was taking a look at my what do you say? My stuff, my positions. Yeah, but they're not that big. Unfortunately, I lost a lot of money. Not on the trading though. I had to withdraw all the money for, some other stuff that I don't like to talk about, personal stuff, because I don't want to seem like, I'm, grieving or anything, because this is just a analysis. Anyway, let's jump back to this. So like I said, we have to regain this. We have to go above 27.5. All right. And then we could talk about possible other movements. So break this and give me this. All right. This is the last sell side liquidity before we enter that 27.8 range, which is 27.6, right around here. And I think this one will be an easy target to probably break through it. All right, so we'll see what happened there. But with that being said, guys, that's it. I don't have anything else to say. Like I always say, if you follow this methodology, this is my own methodology, and I've mixed it from Wyckoff, ICT, and well, I use trend lines on it, and a couple of other methods, all right, that I've read about them, and I decided to just make my own. But let me tell you this: price action is the key, and the patient is the master key that you have to have. And to the upside, whenever we hit these upper side rectangles, I expect more move to the upside. But for example, if we come here and we get denied here, and then we come back and hold at this area, then I would be a little bit pessimistic, although this is the daily close. So I think even if we come around here on London time, we could see another retest around here and then push it back higher on New York time. That's a possibility for me. But like I said, these midlines, they represent the so if we go to the upside, right? If we regain the upper side, that represents strength. If we get rejected at the lower side, that represents weakness. And when we come down, if we hold around here, that represent again strength. If we hold at the lower side, that represent weakness. So right now we'll have to see what happened. I'm still rooting for that short squeeze, at least today and tomorrow, which is Friday. So the short squeeze could happen in 2 days, or it could happen in 1 day. We'll have to see. But like I said, if you just literally lose 26K altogether, then I'm done with my short squeeze theory. And I mean, I should have been done earlier, but I still have hope for that. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for all the support you do. Watching me, boosting, liking, subscribing, anything you do, and even sharing the video with others. these things really help me, and I'm trying to actually, be better at trading, and hopefully my information can help you just see it in a different way. You don't have to just, I don't have to completely be right. Maybe I could help someone see it in a different way. I'll be happy with that. Thank you guys again. Stay safe, stay green. Until next time. Bye bye.